Welcome back to Midday Kentucky. We're down here at the Burl, and we are hanging out with one of the coolest bands I've gotten to hang out with. I've got to make sure I'm saying this right. Buffalo Wabs and the Price Hill Hustle.
That's it.
All right. Yeah. That alone right there, I think, just starts it off. Guys, where did the name come from?
Well, it's a combination of effects here. We've got Buffalo Wabs, which is our guitar player here, Matt Wabnitz. He's been Wabs his whole life. The Price Hill Hustle comes from the neighborhood of Cincinnati we all kind of know each other from. Wabs is from the west side of Cincinnati. When I first moved up there, we started hanging out, playing music, and the name was formed once the band was formed, so it all just kind of came together.
You guys all bring your own little specialties to the group. Scott, between the mandolin, the banjo, the guitars. Matt's just crushing the guitar. When I got here, he was out on the porch just jamming. How did this come together with all of you all, you know, having such a presence?
Well, we bring along different musical backgrounds. Scott is a very traditional bluegrass-oriented player. He played in some really big-time bluegrass bands throughout his time. Mandolin, he's been playing for 30-some-odd years. Our upright bass player, Bill, he's been really established in folk and traditional country and some bluegrass music as well. Matt is really big on the singer-songwriters. Guy Clark, Townes Van Zandt, he introduced me to a lot of those guys. And then my biggest background is probably church music, gospel music, and singing along with my dad, who's a high harmony singer. So we kind of bring all of these influences in together, and then with 4 vocals, man, we just let it rip.
And Casey, you have a little distinct flavor with your percussion.
Yep. So I play a suitcase kick drum. And it is exactly what it sounds like. It's a kick pedal attached to a suitcase, and I just pound away at it. And it was one of those sort of found sound things that I started when I first began playing drums for this band. Drums were new to me when this band started. We also incorporate the chain. It is about a 20-foot log chain, and it came along when we were wanting to do some of these old traditional prison songs and chain gang songs.
Yeah.
So I just pound away at the 2 and the 4 with my chain, and it really adds this dimension of sort of music in your everyday life, and it adds sort of an industrial sound that there's really no other way that I found to copy.
What type of music did you guys listen to that really inspired you all?
As a band, we were really drawn to some of the old Texas outlaw writers, Guy Clark, Townes Van Zandt, guys that were sort of really big in that scene in the late 60s, 70s, and 80s. John Prine, a huge idol for us. And one of the guys that's really been kicking us all lately is Reverend Gary Davis. He's an old blues singer, and the early blues players, some of the Piedmont blues players and the Delta blues players have all been really major influences on our sound. Taking some of that old time sound and putting it to some of these modern songwriters and stuff like that. We're trying to be a part of it all.
You guys have had a lot of studio time versus the last CD being live. Where'd you guys record?
We went down to Nashville, Tennessee. We recorded down at the Sound Emporium.
Nice.
A wonderful classic recording studio down there. Some of the biggest albums in sort of folk and Americana have been cut in that studio. We're really proud of the way it sounds. We're really proud of the material on it, and we look forward to that just being sort of the start of this next phase for us.
What's your all's next move?
Well, we're keeping going on the recording. We're hoping to get another album out before this year's over. We're, once the material's really building up in the bank, we're just trying to get it out there to the people. We've got a bunch of great festivals coming up this year. We'll be back through Lexington, Eastern Kentucky as much as we can. So we just look forward to getting this one out, getting it in people's hands, and off we go. You
guys are going to be here at the Burl on Saturday. We're going to put up that information so that if you guys want to get your tickets, get them now. Check them out at the Burl. I'm sorry, I'm just excited. I'm getting my ticket before I leave. It's going to be a great show, and we've got more Midday Kentucky after this.